Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to another request video. So sometimes in the comments, people have a request of me doing a particular video, and I'm more than happy to oblige if I can help in any way. So going forward, you ever want me to do a video about a topic, if I can help, definitely. And here, this video is all about how to use Oracle cards, learn how to do Oracle card readings, spreads, shuffling, and more than that, trusting your intuition when using the cards, and also like what questions to even ask. So we're going to cover a lot in here. Also, in my tips playlist, if you go into my playlist and go into tips, I have a lot of videos about how to use tarot cards or oracle cards and how to get started and not to be intimidated. And the best thing about oracle cards, it's so less intimidated because you don't have to know a thing to pick up an oracle deck at all. All the messages are right on the cards, and you can also go into the guidebook and you can also use your intuition. And the easiest way to find an oracle deck is to let it pull to you, gravitate to the artwork, and also their countless themes. And I want to touch on that too, because you can only get the answers to your questions if you already get the deck that has the potential to answer that in the vein that you want it. So there's tons of oracle decks, and if you are interested in browsing that, I definitely have another playlist called Close-Up Reviews, where there are countless tarot decks and oracle decks, especially oracle decks, to look at, because tarot decks are basically the same symbols differentiating across artwork, but it's the same symbols, it's the same system. Oracle decks can be countless different themes. So just here is just a handful, but you have one that is about the energy. Then you have one for goddess guidance, right? For everyday goddess guidance, sacred destiny, where you're at and your destiny. Back here we have actually the new deck, the Star Temple. Each deck, that's more cosmic. So you could really gravitate naturally to what is in your vein, what artwork are you attracted to, and also what theme are you going for. There are love-based oracle decks where if you want to get love answers, you have life, you have spirit, you have countless, energy. There are different decks according to themes, and then within those themes, there's different artwork. So definitely go with things. That's why I created close-up reviews so you can see every card, see the messages, even get a sample reading. Spirit can only give you the answers with the cards that are in the deck. I mean, you can't get an answer on a love situation on certain decks. I mean, some you can, don't get me wrong, but you definitely want to go for the theme that you're doing. So very often when I think about doing readings, especially when I'm combining oracle decks together and I'm using multiple decks, I always think like, what is the full sentence? Like if I'm providing a conversation with somebody, I want to provide as many words and possible words that they can use in communicating to me. Does that make sense? That's how I always look at it, especially when I use multiple decks. But I always think, for a well-rounded conversation, what do I want to include card-wise? Very often you're guided to a deck to use for a particular question or situation. So definitely go with your intuition, even from the very beginning, on what deck to use, what's really gravitating to you. And again, in this video, I'm going to cover how to do the readings, the spreads. There was a specific question about shuffling and trusting your intuition with the cards. And I'll definitely show you. And another thing I want to point out, people show you how to use cards, and there are definitely spreads you can use, ways to shuffle, okay? And you can learn those ways. But then definitely feel free to use what comes naturally to you. That can't be understated enough, because just like with tarot card spreads, there's definitely spreads that people use. You see a lot the 3-card spread, past, present, future, which I'll show you with the oracle decks you could do too. You see the infamous Celtic cross a lot. But to be honest with you, I never used a fixed spread. And there are also definite spreads in many decks, and you go online, you can get spreads for oracle cards, tarot cards, but I always use free form. And I never do reversals either. Some people use reversals. I don't. I always say there are enough cards in the deck, whether tarot or oracle, to get all your messages and understand. So I never did reversals. But what I'm saying is people can show you the way and what they do, and then you can try it out, but then definitely find what's naturally going with you. Definitely. So here, I'm definitely going to show you what I personally do when it comes to shuffling, what kind of questions, what am I really thinking and feeling when I'm sitting down to do a reading, what am I asking the cards, what's the question, and how to tune into your intuition. But the key thing I want to say right before I do all that and show you how I do it is know that you can learn how and watch as many videos as you want, but then you can adjust to what naturally does it for you the best way along the way. For me, with Tarot and Oracle, both, I love free form, where it's just like I'm guided and I pull more cards until I feel I have the full clear message, and I keep pulling cards until I get it. And I don't have a particular form. So let's begin, right? So the first, I set it up differently. So let's start with the energy cards, because I know the person who asked for this video is literally just ordered the energy cards. Just excuse, because I did a little self-gilding on this deck, so it's not going to have, oh, it kind of washed off anyway. But these cards are beautiful. I use these every single time I do an overall spirit reading on the channel. She had asked, do I still use these cards? Yes, I use them every time I do an overall weekly reading on the channel. And I want to know what is the energy surrounding this. So first, let's start with shuffling, right? I see a lot of people that just spread the cards if they're very bulky and feel yourself guided to a card. I do not do that. I do not do that. Okay, so what do I do? A lot of times I bridge shuffle, and when you get a deck, I always say bridge shuffle. You know, I go like this, if you can do that. Little awkward to do with the camera right in front of me, but I bridge shuffle. What you know, your fingers are literally touching every card when you bridge shuffle. You know how people say let your energy naturally bond with the cards? They always say touch every card, blah, blah, blah. And very often, you know, sometimes it's so funny. Naturally, sometimes cards stick to each other. And so when you get a new deck, you do have to literally touch each card, which already naturally you're bonding your energy with the cards, so I almost laugh about how that works. But you do want to shuffle your cards a lot and naturally infuse your energy in the cards. That's what I mean when I say that. It's like your thumb, when you're bridge shuffling, literally touches every card. I don't know if you realize that, but in slow motion, like if I show you how I bridge shuffle, you're naturally touching every single card. So while you're shuffling, you want to tune into your higher self. You want to touch into loved ones passed on, your spirit guides. I consciously, as I'm shuffling, I'm relaxing myself. I'm clearing myself out as I shuffle. I'm letting go of everything I was thinking about the minute that I began this reading, anything, you know, anything, and I'm clearing out. And my intention is to connect with spirit, with loved ones passed on, the higher realms. I don't want to be I want to be clear because I don't want to project. I want to be open. Okay, so I shuffle like this. Now, when I want to get cards, you can ask a question, but you don't ask a yes or no question. You ask an open-ended question. Like for me, I would say, what is the energy surrounding this week? Or what is the energy that is affecting my week? What is the energy? Or you can get even more specific if you have a job. But open-ended, almost like if I'm going for a new opportunity, what's the energy surrounding the situation? But I always ask things like, what is the energy around this week? So let me show you how I shuffle. I shuffle like this, if you can see, but I do it very quick, and I wait for jumpers. So when I say I shuffle like this and I just wait for jumpers, that's what I'm saying. So let's say, what is the energy of this week? And I'm shuffling like this really fast. If the camera wasn't in front of me, I'd be doing this even quicker. I'm not getting that phone. Just ignore the ringing. So I go like this. What is the energy? Oh, ho, ho. Look at that. Did you see that jump out? Patience. The energy around this week is patience. So intuitively, you could look up in the book what the meaning of patience is. But if you know the events that's going on in your life, the things you're involved with, just the climate that we're in today, you know, we have extraordinary patience at this time. Patience with creating more abundance. It looks like a coin, right? So you're zeroing in on the card, and you can gravitate and see what you're pulling out from here. And from here, I'm getting patience, of course, with the times that we're in, that we need to have patience with all that's going on. And if you're unclear, say patience, what other more energy, you can keep getting cards. If that doesn't do it for you, for me, that would be like, okay, I need patience, trust in divine timing. You know, I can go on and see what that invokes in me. And that is very obvious for the times that we're in. You could accept that, or you can even go farther. Say, okay, let's see what more energy is affecting us around. And I keep shuffling like this, and I wait for the jumpers. That's how I do it. And I do that for every card, no matter what I do. Here, walking away. Listen, these came out in our weekly spirit reading as well. We're walking away from so much. I almost feel like we're walking away from all that confined us. We're opening up the gate and going farther, and we're getting unstuck. We're walking out. We're walking away from what was keeping us stuck or caged in. You can look up in the book, but looking at the picture, your intuition is already showing that, right? Patience, we're walking away. Ooh, sorry. I'm shuffling like this, and I'm waiting for more jumpers. So let's see. Oh, that almost wanted to turn, but didn't, which means like there probably is a better card. Yeah, we were all tied up. See, we were all tied up, and we're walking away from being all tied up. And isn't that the times that we're in? I mean, literally, right? So what I was saying, we were caged up. Yeah, they're saying yes. You were all tied up, but you're walking out. You're walking for more fulfillment now. It's 11:11 on the video. We literally got that message before. So that's how I would use this deck. You can do it however you want, but that's how I shuffle for jumpers. That's how I would do a spread. You kind of intuitively got your answer, right? And if you didn't get your answer, just keep pulling cards. So this would be for the energy. So that is how I shuffle. That's how I would ask a question. Very often, say you want to get goddess guidance, when going back to like what questions, you're not going to ask yes or no questions. You're going to ask, let's see, what is the goddess guidance for this week? I always ask, like, what do you want to tell me? Be completely open. I never really even ask, like, well, unless it's like a specific opportunity and I'm like, what's the guidance on that? But I never say, like, is this going to work out? Is this the one for me? Is this going to, it's not a yes or no. It's more open-ended, like, what kind of goddess guidance can you give for going for our abundance right now? Like, our abundance right now. What is the goddess guidance? Okay, so what I would do is bridge shuffle, or however you shuffle, but you're touching all the cards and being like, I'm completely open, and I want to receive honest guidance, on what it would be more helpful as we all go forward to plant new seeds for more abundance right now, like that. And just clear yourself out, like be open and clear. I can't say that enough. Like, be really clear and open, and just allow, like, you post a question, just wait for the answer. So I shuffle, and then I'm going to wait for a jumper. And I find that is the most clear. I mean, that's how I get all my answers. So if it doesn't come the first time, I don't care. I do it again. So I'm waiting for the jumpers. What is the clear guidance for creating more abundance at this moment? Well, did you see that flip out? Leap of faith. Leap of faith for new beginnings, right? Feel the card. Very often it's feeling the card as well. What does this mean to you? What does it bring up with you? It's some optimism, right? It feels like, yes, go forward, leap of faith, take a risk, put your heart's true desire into action. Let me tell you, this came out in the overall weekly spirit reading. Literally, take a risk, follow your heart, put your heart's true desire into action. Yeah, follow your heart, follow your passion. All of that, take a leap into the new, into the unknown, and it's so optimistic. It's like, it's also like, what is the feeling that it brings out in you? That's what it really feels. So say, yeah, take a risk, follow your heart's true desire, follow your passions, follow what's truly aligned with you. I mean, this has been a recurring message, so it gets very on point, but I definitely shuffle and wait for jumpers like this. So is there anything else, or is that it? Like, just go forward and follow your heart and your passion. And okay, here, they fly out. Boundaries, it's important. Be strong. I get a feeling of strength and proper boundaries. Yes, and they're like a fierce woman, right? Boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. It's time to protect your energy and have proper boundaries. Look, we're doing that in the world today with the distancing and the masks, but also your your energy. You can't have toxicity. You can't have a waste of your time and energy. You need your power. Why? Because you're taking a risk. That's another thing. The cards, They lend to themselves. It's a story. So if you're going to take a leap of faith and follow your heart's desire, you need power for that. You need your time and energy and focus on that. So you have to have the right boundaries. So that leads to the next thing of the cards support each other. It's a story. It's supporting each other. So you read them together. You read each card, and then it's like melding it together. It starts making a story. So yeah, you have to be strong and powerful and proper boundaries, taking new leaps of faith. So you need your energy, and you need to stay focused on the positive, moving forward, feeling energized, following your heart, your passion, and you have to have the proper boundaries. What are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to, right? And not letting people sap your time, energy, focus, because you need it for leaps of faith. That's very clear. So that would be a clear advice for your abundance going forward. Go for the new, go for the risks, follow your heart, your passion, and have the boundaries. And that's been a recurring message too, especially right now. So I would say, is there anything else? And I'm just very open in my questions, and I want, yeah, High Priestess. I keep saying we're the High Priestess at work. This is being very in tune, feeling very guided, and you know what to do. And it is, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So they're counting on you to really be in tune, and linked to your higher self has been a recurring message. You think of the High Priestess, literally, she knows all the unknown, she's divinely connected, and you're pouring it out. And it's with these leaps of faith that you're not afraid, because you're so linked. You know that you got to go forward, have the right boundaries, and you're so powerful. It's your intuitive abilities, your guidance. You're helping others at this time. You're being used to help others at this time. So probably going back to here, the risks, following your heart into action, into new things, having the proper boundaries, helping you, helping others. It's divine wisdom, divine ideas. You literally have divine knowledge that helps others. So that's what the reading is. So you could go on and on for more messages, but I usually stop really for like 3. If it's still unclear, you could pick another one. If we wanted to pick another one, let's pick another one. So you are a divine High Priestess, and you're helping others, you're taking new risks, you're following your heart, your passions, which, oh gosh, this flew over. And we have guiding children. Yeah, because you're helping others. Listen, they said you have divine knowledge that helps others through your spiritual teaching, and you're guiding children. So you're being used to help guide others, guiding younger, less experienced than you at this time. You are good at helping, counseling, healing. Use your skills to help children now. It can literally mean children, or just people who are younger, less experienced, anything else. So you have knowledge, you have wisdom. You're going forward, following your heart. You have proper boundaries that's needed, so you hold on to your power, pouring it into the things, sharing your knowledge, what you know, your wisdom, what you're creating, what you're doing in your work. It's helping you, it's helping others. And, that's why. And that's why you need the proper boundaries. So it's things like that. Those are the questions that you ask. That's personally how I do it. Let me look at my little cheat sheet if I forgot anything else. But with oracle cards, you could do it however you want. This was more free form. If you're not quite sure, you just say, I need more clarification. You can always clarify it with another card. And then say, this assisted you with this. Maybe you want to pull another oracle deck and say, okay, where am I on my secret destiny? Should we do that? I mean, what would be helpful on this secret destiny of taking leaps of faith, boundaries? This is how you can combine oracle cards. Say, sacred destiny. Let's say, how is this, what's the journey of our secret destiny? Oh gosh, that came out right away. What do they want to give us on our, relax. They want us to tune into ourselves, relax, let go, relax. I mean, relax in the situation, relax more in your life at this time on your secret destiny. What else do they want to tell us? What's important for us to do right now in our sacred destiny? That's a tall order with everything going on in the world. She looks very peaceful. Also, she's reading, she's gaining knowledge, she's relaxing, she's tuning into herself, she's at peace. In this crazy, chaotic time, it's finding ways to relax more, have peace for yourself. Just think of what it's bringing up to you. Picture yourself on a hammock reading, and it's creating this little oasis for yourself. So you are using your intuition, picturing yourself in the card almost, besides, and the key word, trigger stuff in you. So that's the best way to go. You also can look right into the guidebook and immediately get what the author meant, you know, and then that will also trigger more in your intuition. But like, is there anything else? They're telling us to relax now. Relax, I feel, tune in, have your own oasis, your own peace in this time. This might be a period of great relaxing. Let's see. Ooh, ooh. See how they jump? Oh, we had two more. Okay. Oh, you're not going to make this up. Healing chaos. Doesn't the world feel like it's a tornado that's been hit? Healing the chaos. That is what we're doing by relaxing. You're not going to believe the next one. And it is enlightenment. Look at how beautiful. Sometimes you can't even put into words, especially when you do your own readings. That says it all to me without even further going on about it. Relax, healing chaos, enlightenment. And that is what we're all doing. And that is just what we're all doing. And some things, especially when you do oracle readings for yourself, you don't have to put it into words. You're actually feeling the card too. It just hits you in an all-inclusive sentence and feeling, and you got it. So oracle cards are amazing for that. It's amazing for that. Amazing for that. And so there are countless oracle cards, and you can use them in multiple ways. And it feeds you, you feel connected, you can get guidance, you feel supported. It opens up your intuition that is even helpful in everyday life. So this was just purely answering the questions that were a request when it comes to oracle cards. You know, shuffling, asking the right questions, how you can do spreads, how you can do the reading, how you figure out each card, but then together it forms a story. And a lot of the times, it's beyond what the meaning is in the book. Let your intuition carry you. Also, there are different ways that you can shuffle. You can, do a reading. Let it become natural to you, because it's just like I always say, you know, when you have friends where you speak one way with one person, you know, and then on a closer friend, you have your different lingo and almost your own way of rapport, your talking. You form that. You do form that, and you start tuning in and communicating on that level. It becomes like a shorthand, I have to say. And then the more you use oracle decks, you'll find some are so much more shorthand to you than others. And you'll feel like some oracle cards are just, you get the messages and everything else. So don't get discouraged if, like, some oracle cards you're not really feeling it, you're really not getting it. Then try another oracle deck, because it could be either the messages or the artwork or something. You know, it should come naturally, it should come freeing, it should feel like a conversation, and you got it. So I hope this video was helpful. Definitely, if you want more tips, there's a whole tips playlist going on about tarot cards, oracle cards, spirit. Oracle cards are so easy because you don't have to know anything. You know, tarot, you have to know what each card means. Oracle cards, you do not. And there's so many more options. There's so much more beautiful artwork and themes. And that's why the obsession begins, because there's always another oracle deck. And it's so helpful for not just the moment that you're using them, but in life. And never mind the moment that you get the help, the support, the guidance, you feel heard, you feel supported, you understand something better, it empowers you, inspires you, you feel supported. But then in everyday life, those tools that you use while using oracle cards, they help you in life. They really help you in life. I did a whole video about that, because it really fine-tunes you, it opens you up with your intuition. You can feel situations better, people better. You know how to maneuver situations. You're seeing from a different perspective. I mean, I could go on, and in one video I actually did go on what it really does for you. But now more than ever, tarot and oracle, they could really be there for you, especially in times like this. If you ever wanted to dabble more and learn more, I mean, oracle cards, pick up an oracle deck and begin right away. You don't have to know anything. So I hope this answered your questions. If you have any more, definitely leave it in the comments. I'll try my best to answer. And again, you know, this is the way that I do it. And you can watch countless videos. People do it different ways, and try out what works best for you, because it is all about what naturally works best for you. It really is. It really is. And I would say even with tarot cards too, because I have never used a real tarot spread that people all use, like the Celtic Cross and the reversals. No, all of my stuff is free form. I'm asking a question. What do you want? Basically, what do you want to tell me right now? What would be helpful, most helpful for me right now to know? Or and then if I might tailor it a little bit, if it's like I have something upcoming, like what can you tell me about this work situation or that? Like what would be helpful in that arena? But nothing deeper than that. I leave it so open and I try to be so clear. And it's like I'm asking them, tell me what I don't know. You know, what would be helpful for me right now to know. Um, that is purely where I'm coming from. And you do want to sit down pure and clear and not project or try and maneuver. You want to receive. I think that's the big thing. You want to sit down and be a receiver, and you really do, because that's when then you're very open to what you're getting, and then you go from there. Like they give you a seed and then it's blowing up, it's expanding, and it's you want to know something you don't know. You don't want to sit down knowing that you already know, right? So just be clear and receive and be open to what comes. And I call everything that I do more free form, free form spread. If I don't get it right away, okay, if this didn't clarify for me, I would free form, do pick another message, because you want to walk away that you got it and they want you to get it. So it's like if you're having a conversation with someone, if you didn't get it, are you going to leave the room not getting it? No, you'd say, can you repeat that? Can you clarify? That kind of thing. It's the same with the cards. If I didn't understand that, I would say, would you please clarify, and keep shuffling until a card came out that would clarify it for you. So always look at it as like a conversation. You want to receive, stay open and clear, and receive. So I wish you the best with Oracle cards. I adore Oracle cards. I adore Oracle cards, as you can tell from my channel. So again, if you're browsing for Oracle cards, you can cruise through my playlist of close-up reviews. There's tons and tons of decks. If you're curious about, and I also do show every card. I do a bonus reading at the end, so you can make sure, is it artwork that you like? Are the messages in the tone that you want? Is it the theme that you want? Does it address what you're all about at the moment? And I got to tell you, some Oracle decks are better for different moments in your life. You have some that are great for your entire life, and then some that are great for that moment of your life experience right now. It might be gravitating to you at this moment. So always feel guided to a deck. Someone could rave about a deck, but it could not be for you. It's very personal, so definitely browse. And in my tips playlist, I have a lot of decks there. A lot of videos there that will show more tips using tarot cards, oracle cards, not to be intimidated at all, and not to feel like it's a quote unquote bad thing. I find that so ludicrous. It's nothing but love here with tarot cards and oracle cards, and I almost feel like it's such a detriment that people paint it. I guess maybe that's in history or something, or it's a very old school way of looking at tarot cards and oracle cards. It only makes you feel more in tune and more heightened in all your senses and beyond. I've done countless videos about that. So shake off anything that you feel clouds tarot cards and oracle cards. It's just not true. And it also is so, I don't know, disempowering. And it's like a secret. It's like, are you trying to hide? It's not that complicated. Tarot cards and oracle cards only add to your life in countless ways. Too much to mention, and I'll drone on. But many, many videos on my channel, in my playlist for tips. You get a lot of tips in there. It's literally called tips. There are countless videos. And in close-up reviews, you can browse for more decks. So I hope this answers your questions. If not, feel free to ask. And if you ever have a request about something that I could possibly answer, I'd be more than happy to do another video. I hope this helped, and enjoy your cards, and especially these energy cards. Like I said, I still use these. These are fabulous to get a sense of the energy, and these other cards are all great that are featured here and beyond. Just open yourself up and enjoy, and whatever you gravitate to, I hope you enjoy and begin your love for oracle cards, because they're just amazing once you start. It's just like there's always another deck that pulls at you, and there are no words to describe. So enjoy the love of oracle cards. Take care. Bye-bye.